Hello, everyone. Welcome to our introductory episode of Call Me Now with Jake and Rachel. Hi, Jake.
Hello, hello. Welcome ye, welcome all wanderers, seekers, and adventurers.
Adventurers. So, we are super excited to be bringing everyone our new show because Jake and Rachel want to kind of have a more deep dive conversation into things, spirituality, but also mental health, and also maybe day to day things that are going on, whatever our challenges are. And we honestly don't know where we're going to go because we don't even know where we are right now. And
Where am I?
am I?
Hello.
But we're super excited. So for today's episode, we kind of were thinking about because we're recording this in 2023. This will be posted in 2024. We want to talk about what was the shit that hit the fan in 2023, what was the amazing stuff in 2023, and what are you looking forward to in 2024? Jake,
Mhm.
you started off.
I feel like mine is one that we've talked about for a couple
Yeah.
months probably, and I might have even mentioned it on one of our previous shows. But I think my biggest takeaway from 2023 that I was very over what's out is overbooking yourself
Oh,
and putting yourself on the calendar on
mm.
days that you would rather just take a day off, that you would rather just have time for yourself.
And being okay with just taking a day off and not shaming yourself for just wanting to chill.
It is so interesting, like the intense, like guilt. I don't know. Is it guilt or is it more of just like muscle memory of just kind of being a workhorse, right? Where you're just like, you know what, pencil me in. I'm not doing anything else that day. As if like the self care aspect isn't something that is justifiably like your all day thing.
It's interesting how self-care is $1 billion industry, and
Yeah.
yet we have such a hard time doing it.
Uh, it's $1 billion industry, but mama, I'm bankrupt.
I am in the deficit. I mean,
I need to
honestly,
start
like
investing in it.
I do too. Like just even I will be honest. So for those that are listening, like obviously we've done a lot of episodes, we've done a lot
Mhm,
of we've done so much. Like I feel like I've done so much. And I will say that I officially think I hit burnout as of
mhm,
the mid-December. And I've never been as sick as I was as this month. I
mhm.
honestly, like I was done. This is the first day I've picked up my laptop and to actually do work, I'm like, ugh, ugh,
Uh-huh.
ugh.
Just a visceral reaction.
But, like, but I felt in the back of my head guilty about it, not doing anything. And I
Mhm,
before we even got on this, I'm like, I'm so far behind. I haven't done this. I haven't done that. And I'm like, what? Who cares?
mhm.
Like,
Exactly.
is anyone suffering by me not putting out a daily meme or something stupid like that? Nobody gives a shit. Like,
I know. It's so interesting, like those expectations that we kind of just will subliminally instill for ourselves. It's so
yeah,
fascinating to take a look at that. But yeah, I think a lot of it is, and you know what? I think the double back it is maybe like, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's guilt or do you think it's more like, I don't know, it's almost as if like the subconscious is like shaming you for not being
I,
like productive or like for
I think
holding up your
it's
end of this like illusionary bargain.
that's a good question. I almost, for part of me, feels like I don't mean to laugh, but this is okay. So we feel we're spiritual people, and we feel
Yeah.
like I know that I'm on a spiritual mission. I know you're on a
Mhm,
spiritual mission, and it's been ingrained into our heads to be taking daily
mhm.
action. And sometimes I feel like, is that pushing me too much? Is that well, I'm not connecting to divine and I'm not doing this and I haven't meditated and I haven't posted and I haven't done this. So it's a couple different things. One, it's is it my inner self shaming myself? Is my inner self being a bitch? Or is it also societal pressures because we live in the United States?
Yeah.
And even though people will say, oh, hustle culture is gone, it's not. Like
And no.
it's still hustle and you got to be the best and you got to be on top of the mountain. And so I think it's a lot of different strands that we pull
Oh,
at that
uh,
we are like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this.
100%. I mean, in good marketing technique, hustle culture has not ceased to exist. It's just repackaged and rebranded itself, you know?
You're right about like, well, not tolerating this or having boundaries for that, or it is interesting because, like, what did we go through in this year? Was it quiet quitting? Was it that?
Oh, silent quitting.
So, yeah.
Yes.
But then starting
Yes.
your own business and being an entrepreneur, which still is really difficult and very hard.
Silent
Like,
quitting and silent self-employment.
silent self-employment is not easy.
Oh, no. It's just because you have to be so quiet about it.
Oh my
Um,
God, you got to be a mute. Guys, I'm miming
um,
my silent self-employment.
I think you're on such a good point though too, because you had just said something and it struck something in my head where it's just like even the way that we're taught to, I don't know, like not necessarily instructed to as healers, but instructed as people reading even just like self-discovery books or even
Mm,
books on building a spiritual practice for yourself. Again, that whole notion of, daily, everyday practice, everyday
yes.
something. I think it's, great on paper, but I mean, if we're blending in the emotional wellness aspect of it, the mental health aspect of it. I remember, in the beginning of my journey, I was doing the whole like, oh, I have to do something today. And then I
Yeah.
realized that number one, I was burning myself out with it. And
Mm,
then number two, any ceremony or any like little ritual I was doing for myself in the day felt like it was coming from a sense of like obligation to duty
mhm.
rather than obligation to self.
And
Right.
also, like, were you truly fulfilled in doing
Yeah.
that if you felt it was an obligation?
No. Plot twist. Spoiler alert. No. um, and I couldn't pinpoint. It always felt like something was off about the
Yeah.
practice, right? And I couldn't pinpoint for the longest time until like recently when I went to therapy for just like basic everyday, having to take a step back, get a
Yeah.
moment for yourself, stop putting yourself on tight deadlines, schedules, blah blah blah.
Yes.
And don't feel guilty for having to just step back and not be of public access for a moment. At least that is part of my journey,
I will
you
say
know.
that I feel the same way. I feel like I don't always have to be on.
Hmm.
It's okay to take a moment. It's okay to take a pause. It's okay to take a beat. And I
Hmm.
think a lot of us still are pressured to always be churning
Hmm.
that wheel. And I think that's a good thing for maybe both of us to let go of in 2020 2023, if I could speak English, of always being on. And
Yeah.
also, I mean, for us, we both have mental health issues. And, like for me, like when I'm in the well, I'm in the well. And I
Hmm.
would say that I'm feeling there's a lot of sadness coming up. There's a lot of, because the weather sucks. I'm definitely affected by the weather. I wish I wasn't, but I am. And
Hmm.
it's been very gloomy and it's been warm, which is weird. But it's like, it's weird.
Concerning.
Guys, it's global warming at its finest. We'll see if we have snow. And who knows?
Who knows? Where am I?
We don't know where we are. But it's and it's like, so if I'm in the well, what work am I doing if I'm doing a ceremony, if I'm mentally not able to really do it?
Yeah.
Come on.
And I
Like,
think it's that one saying that you'll read like every once in a while in a meditation book, non-action is action. And I used to read that in such a condescending voice, but like if you really think about it, non-action is action. Like it is a very valid step to take and a very valid choice to make.
but how nice has it been for you to actually not be doing something? Like,
I
how
would
nice has that been
say
for you?
I feel like it took me a little while for it to be nice because in the first like kind of, leg of that marathon, it just felt so foreign. And then there was also just like that, okay, now I'm sitting here or now I'm doing nothing. What do I do now? Because we always talk about like, oh, you got to take time for yourself. But okay, I've scheduled the time for myself, but what now?
Mm, that's a good
But
point.
again, it's the muscle memory of
Mm.
having to have it look like something or have it to be structured like something.
Do you ever have somebody say to you, and this is what I can't stand? Because I do like taking time for myself and I'll just veg out, I'll watch Bravo, I'll do
Yeah.
whatever. Like I want my brain off because my
Hmm.
brain is always on and I want my brain to be like
Yeah.
I'm good. Like,
Hmm.
you can't relax like you can. And then it makes me feel bad because I'm relaxing. And it's like, what
First of all, relaxing. Mama, I've got anxiety and depression in two headlocks separately.
the fuck?
while I'm trying to relax. So please understand that I am doing my darndest.
Right. And then to be shamed because you're so guys, it's look at this double-edged sword. So we're shamed because we're in hustle culture. We're
Mhm.
shamed because we're relaxing. And then it's like, what do you want me to do?
Exactly. It's like it's an Ouroboros of work horsemanship.
Is there anything else that you're letting go? You know what? Honestly, for me, I want to let go of like maybe more judgment, like
Mm,
judgment towards myself and judgment towards Jake is really good about this. He's really good about like that are on their own journey. Like he's like good for them. I love that. Like you're really good about that. I feel like you're not judgmental. And I think for me, maybe he is and I'm lying.
I'm
But
so judgmental. I'm literally judging right now.
I kind of want I would love to get to more of a space of letting people be on their own journey and it not being my fucking business. Like,
Yeah, you know what? I think that it actually really came from it, like in the very beginning. When especially I'm wondering how like you relate to it too. In the beginning, when you step into a role as whatever you want to call it, spiritual counselor, a teacher, a reader, a healer, all that stuff. I think there is always like this very new influx of energy that's like a call to action, right? I want to
yes.
help, I want to problem solve, I want to do this, this, and this. But I think that over time, doing this, working with clients, experiencing different perspectives, you realize that like, okay, I can offer so much.
Yeah.
But it's nobody's responsibility to take that,
Right.
or to run with it.
Yeah.
And it's also, not my responsibility to make anybody do so because it's not my life, it's not my path. And that's not the point that got me to where I am today. It's just more of I got to experience people and I got to see that some people just need to have the patterns that they do,
Yeah.
and they have to have the experiences and the rights and the wrongs because that's what makes our lives together, right? I had to
Yeah.
be a hot mess express to bring myself to this point, right?
And
So,
that's a
you
really
know
good point though. Like it's as a healer and as a spiritual person, especially somebody probably listening to this show, like we do
yeah,
want to acknowledge, like, yes, we've been hot messes and we
still am.
still cycle into that. And it's okay.
That train's
Like,
still running, mama. Choo choo.
but it's also like there's beauty in that mess. There's beauty in, coming through it and being able to look back and be like, oh, that was a good lesson I learned. That was a blessing there. That may have really sucked, but there was a
Yeah.
blessing in that. And I think we're able to kind of look back and be like, okay, that's okay. But when you're going through it, it's not fun. Like,
Right, exactly. And I think that this is one of those good points too, where it's like where you practice what you preach and like take a
right.
step back with all of your information and your tools, because we are always talking and learning about ego, working in ego, living
Yes.
in ego, all of that stuff. When that living in ego is the same thing that will stop us from taking time for
Yeah.
ourselves, or from having to just change your pattern, change your
Mm,
routine because you just are in a different space right now. You know,
yeah.
we're human and we should be looked at like ocean waves, right? Always fluctuating, always going one way or another sometimes. And we have to adjust our sails
Mm,
accordingly.
that's so true. It's so true. And also, one of the things you just said about be in your ego, like
Yeah.
it's so important to put your ego as a conscious bystander, especially if you're trying to like move forward. And really also, I think another thing that I've really been challenged more so in this year is to feel where that is in my body.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I think as spiritual people, especially, we get up in the ethers and we're working with our guides and our angels and our teams, and we're like, forget this earth existence. But
Yeah.
it's so important that we're grounded into our bodies and we're grounded into the earth, because then you can't really truly experience what it's like to be in our in our flesh suits, but
Right.
it's like, oh, like the other day, there's this wonderful gentleman, his name is Adam, telling me he's like a life purpose coach, and he was talking to me about the feel it method. And he
Mm,
was like, feel where this is in your body, like feel it, where's the sadness, and then acknowledge it, and then you're able to release it. And
mm-hmm.
honestly, that's something that I haven't been as mindful with. So I'm trying to do like, okay, where I'm triggered because Jake said this to me. Okay, well, why am I triggered by it? Where
Mm-hmm.
is it in my body? Okay, but then dig in. I think that's what I'm going to bring into 2024 is digging
Yeah.
in more. like truly allowing really, really shitty situations that we've been through in life, maybe inner child work or whatnot. Like, this is what I'm really truly focusing on, I think, for 2024 is really sinking in, acknowledging the traumas, but not allowing them to trigger me anymore.
I,
Feeling in and
yes.
releasing it. That's what I'm really looking forward to in 2024.
I love that. And that has really just kind of brought me to, so one of my like things, and this is not a finished thought, let me just put this as a precursor. One of the things that I have been sitting with for the past, year now is the idea of, again, that ego, right? The ego and the
Yeah.
shadow self. And it dawned on me, you know how like you will say things during your sessions or like something that like you've just kind of come up with yourself and you find yourself telling it to people and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden you hear it for yourself. So I always say a lot, our ego is kind of like an unintelligent security system. It 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 acts out of fear because it wants to keep us safe. It wants to protect us. At the end of the day, it has good intentions for us,
Right.
but it has not the right tools to get us to that. So that's why we'll hold ourselves back from great opportunities because we're worried about it, et cetera, et cetera. So I have started begging the question to myself, what do I get and what benefit do I get from divorcing myself from my ego
Mm,
if I'm viewing it as something that only wants what's best for me, but just doesn't know better? Right. So in a way, I started to treat my ego as a young child, or a new dog that you got for the house and it's scared of everything, so it barks at everything,
true.
but it wants to protect you,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, there is love and there is that preservation is, of course, what that ego is. It's self-preservation, wanting to keep us
Oh, I
safe.
like that.
So I've started to view it much more differently where, yeah, of course, when I'm finding myself acting out of ego or finding myself slipping into that point of view,
Mm,
I'm much more concerned on, okay, well, what do I need in this
yeah.
moment right now? How do I blanket that? How do I love that
I
to
like
bring it
that.
back to square one, right?
Yeah. I like
And
that.
honestly, I think that that's a perspective that I've only gotten to because of somebody living with anxiety and depression, who I've spent time being very down and very tough on myself. And so I think that the one of the ways for myself personally in this journey is to radically love and radically be soft,
Yeah.
in many different ways. And I think I'm still learning it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just an interesting kind of place where I
I
am right
like
now.
that. I think so let's talk about like what are we excited for in 2024? Like
Yes! Yes!
I'm excited for this show because
Mhm.
I think for you and I we're going to get down and dirty and get into some deep topics, which
Yeah.
I do want to say to anyone listening, if you have any questions, and we don't care, it can be about anything. If you want to know what stocks we're into or if you want to know what ceremonies we're doing. It doesn't matter. Like honestly, Jake, for you, you don't care. Ask us anything. Like
No.
send us you can DM us, send us and we'll answer it on our show in future episodes. I feel like for 2024, I want to be more authentic. I want
Yeah.
to be, and not that I already feel like I'm authentic, but I just want to be myself and not be
Mhm.
scared of who I am or embarrassed or hiding back or whatever. Jake is really good about like, don't apologize because this is the experience that you had. I apologize way too much. Like I
Mm.
want to stop saying I'm sorry because I'm really not sorry. I'm just
Mhm.
it's like a saying. Like it's not even doesn't even have meaning to it. I mean, sometimes it does, but and I also really want to focus on my health. So for
Mm.
2024, like I feel like health is going to be a super big thing for me, like shifting my diet, drinking more water.
Mhm.
Like I'm already like, oh,
No, I totally agree.
oh.
Physical wellness and how I treat like the physical everyday body is definitely something that
Yes.
I'm really paying attention to. And I
Yes.
feel like for me, like 2023 was the year that like, so 2020 to 2022
Mm,
was like figuring out like what was part of this shit show and like what was going on.
yeah.
2023 I felt like was a year of hammering down, okay,
Mm,
what do I need? What are my
yeah.
essentials? What are my non-negotiables? And I feel like 2024 is going to be a year where we take all of that and we really just get to experience the free reign where we just say, okay, you know what? Let me throw those rules out. Let me throw the
Yeah.
rigidity to the side and let me just kind of live life day by day and see where it
Yeah.
takes me.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the perspective that I want to take on for 2024 is I want to just see where the year takes me without trying to live in the future.
Do you have so we're recording this is actually New Year's Eve. Do you have
Yeah,
like do you actually so I go back and forth with resolutions,
yeah.
and sometimes I'm like I feel like resolutions they're a great idea, but we may not stick with them. Do
Mhm.
you set any resolutions or do you do anything that leads you from this year into the next?
So, okay, I have decided to divorce myself from the idea of the resolution
I like that.
because I am somebody who internally am an all or nothing kind of
Mm,
gal personally. So if I were to put a timeline on something, okay, starting January 1st, I'm going to start exercising more, or I'm going to start eating more healthier, whatever that is. If I wait until that day and then I mess up the schedule somehow, I will fall right backwards to it,
mm,
especially somebody who has had many experiences with on and off exercise or even on and off poor eating and dieting.
right.
Which, sorry if that's a trigger warning to anybody. I love you all so much. But just as somebody who has flip-flopped on my journey, that I have found that, there's no better time than right now. And if
Mm,
I do F it up, then I just get back on the horse tomorrow.
I like that. I like
You
that.
know?
There is a guy that I've recently started following on Instagram. I think his name is Jesse Eitzler, and I
Mm,
love his perspective on it.
mm.
For every quarter, he starts a new healthy habit.
Yeah.
So maybe January, you want to start drinking more water. So for me, I'm going to start drinking more water. Like that's
Mhm,
something easy to do. But if I do one new healthy habit or a couple new healthy habits for every quarter of this year, and then you have one big goal for the year. Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you want to run a 5K. It doesn't even matter what it is. Maybe you want to make up with your mom that you're estranged with.
mhm.
Whatever that big goal is, doesn't matter. It's personal to you. And then every other month, do a mini adventure. So at the end of the year, you have 4 new healthy habits. You've accomplished something big to you, and you've had 6 mini adventures. Like that to me seems so attainable. Then starting January 1st, I am not going to eat more sugar. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to the gym. And as soon as we fall off the wagon, which inevitably
Mhm,
we will, because we haven't really set ourselves up for success, because this
mhm.
all or nothing approach, some people it works for, but for most people, unfortunately, like we need to be guided small steps, small steps.
Yeah.
And, because I've done the all or nothing and it lasts for maybe a couple weeks. And then I'm pissed off because I'm not drinking iced coffee. And, like it's just, and I start shaming myself. And then it's a vicious cycle. Oh, I'll start again on Sunday. I'll start again
Yeah.
on Monday. No, I'm not. Like, and then,
Right.
and then like you're like, if I fall off the wagon, I'll get on it again tomorrow and I'll be okay with that.
Yeah. And it's even like so if it is like healthy eating, if like
Yeah.
last so like I've started doing like intermittent fasting, which the
Oh,
jury's
that's
still out.
great. Yeah.
So I'm starting it recently. It's very new still. So
Yeah.
jury's still out. Ask me in a couple of episodes how I like it. It was like 11 o'clock. So I finished eating for the day at like 8,
Yeah.
8:30. At 10:30, I was eating a cinnamon bun. Did that destroy me? No.
And
No,
you're
it
okay
didn't.
with
And did
it.
I go back to I'm okay with I am at peace with that.
I'm
I
at
am
peace.
living my best life.
I love that. So, okay. So for us, so I have talked to Jake. Like, there's many adventures that I want to do with Jake and on this show. So, one, I want to go to the float pools in Saratoga. Okay.
Yeah.
That's one thing we're going to do. And the other thing I want to do, and I think I've talked about this for like 6 years, is I want to do glass blowing. So if you can we can do glass blowing, at least that. And then I'll tell you some other mini adventures that I actually want to do. I want to sign up for swing dancing. Like I
Yes. Wait, that
like
sounds really fun actually.
just do if it's one dance lesson. You
Mhm.
know what? And I'm gonna be okay with not being the best. Like I
Oh
just
yeah.
want to try it. Like I'm gonna chuck my ego self, my basic security system. I'm gonna set the alarm on, and I'm gonna be okay. Like
Yeah.
and there's and like my son wants to hike. So we're gonna go
Mhm,
hiking tomorrow. That'll be one mini adventure that we're gonna do. So,
mhm.
and it's like every other month, I'm going to look forward to putting something on the calendar that I wouldn't normally do otherwise. So, and I'm excited. Like, I really
I
am
like
excited
that.
for 2024.
I am excited for that. I do like that, and especially for me too, I want to do like kind of out of the box things, like maybe take a
Yes,
class, like you said. And also, any listeners, if you have any recommendations for
please
glass
tell
blowing,
us.
please let
And
us know.
then we can do an
Or
episode
any
around
kind
it.
of Yes. Or listen, if you have any other ideas, did you just recently try a class or try a
Yes.
little,
Tell
workshop that was
us.
different for you?
Celebrate your
Tell us about it.
successes
Let me
with
know.
us.
Give me
Yeah.
inspiration, please. Help me, I'm poor. That
Like
was a
like
bridesmaids reference.
no, but that's true. Like honestly, like we want to celebrate in everybody's successes and we want to be
Yeah.
your cheerleaders because we want all of us to have a 2024 where we can look back at, December 31st, 2024 and look back and be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
tell me about those many adventures you did."
Hmm.
Oh, well, Tony did this. Oh, well, Sabrina did that. Oh, well, Damas did this. Like,
Yeah.
about all of these fun, exciting things. And that will give us, like you said, inspiration.
Hmm.
And yeah, why not? Maybe we'll,
I like that. I like how you have been using that phrase. I think that the theme for 2024 is think of your life as an adventure.
yes,
Treat your life like an adventure.
like
Make
that.
fun pit stops. Make fun
Yeah.
things to look forward to. I
And
like
not,
that. That's going to be my mission, I think.
I think it would be mine too. And not everything has to be about work. I mean,
No,
I know I worked a ton this year. I was always working, always doing something. But,
say
this
it with me. We work to live. We don't live to work.
Amen. Amen. I want to have more fun. Like I really
Yeah.
want to have more fun. And it doesn't matter how maybe I want to go kite flying. Like it doesn't matter. Like maybe I just need to spend more time outside. Maybe I need to, take a fairy workshop and say hello to my
Yeah.
fairies. It is the year of the dragon coming up, the Chinese New Year, the year of the dragon. I'm actually
Ooh,
super excited about that.
that is exciting. We love the dragon energy's power and strength.
Woo! Oh, I'm so excited. Anything else, Jake, before we wrap up our Call Me Now with Jake and Rachel first
I
episode?
don't know. I don't think so. I feel like I really like how we have come to a conclusion with this episode. But yeah, I think again, I first of all love you, gal. I'm
I
so
love
happy
you.
about doing this. I am having very much a lot of fun.
Oh,
So
I
yeah,
can't
so
wait.
everybody, thank you for listening. I know that this is a little bit of a different tempo than our other
Yes.
episodes. So yeah, come have fun. And if
Yeah.
you have any questions, comments, life advice columns, let us know. Let us know. Um, but yeah, in the meantime, be gentle with yourself.
Oh, I like
and
that. Be gentle with yourself. I was having one of those Delilah moments. Call in now to
Call in
Delilah.
now. Call me now.
Delilah. Call me
Um,
now.
and just remember, when in doubt, remember the 5 Gs. Good God, girl, get a grip.
Well, on that note, have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.